Hey kids! Today we're going on an exciting journey through our solar system to learn about the 9 planets. Buckle up and let's blast off. You know, when we look up at the night sky, it's easy to feel small. But we're part of something vast and amazing, our solar system. We've got scorching hot planets, freezing cold planets, and one that's just right. That's our home, planet Earth. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore each planet, learning what makes them unique. We'll discover giant volcanoes, massive storms, and maybe even some alien life. Well, we can always hope. Get ready for an adventure because we're about to launch into the great unknown. First stop, Mercury. This little planet is a real scorcher, zipping around the sun faster than any other planet. It's a rocky planet, kind of like a smaller, hotter version of our moon. Imagine a day on Mercury. The sun would be huge in the sky, and the temperature would be hot enough to melt lead. But then, night would come, and it would get super cold because Mercury doesn't have much of an atmosphere to trap heat. Brrr. Next up, Venus. Don't let its name fool you. Venus is one hot tamale. It's even hotter than Mercury, and it's covered in thick, poisonous clouds. Venus is like Earth's evil twin, similar in size but with a runaway greenhouse effect. Imagine the worst smog you've ever seen, but a million times worse. The atmosphere is so thick on Venus it would feel like you were swimming through molasses if you tried to walk on its surface. Ah, Earth, our home, the pale blue dot. You see that blue? That's water, and lots of it. Earth is teeming with life, from the deepest oceans to the highest mountains. We've got lush rainforest, icy glaciers, vast deserts, and everything in between. And don't forget the animals. We've got whales bigger than school buses, tiny insects that light up the night, and everything in between. Let's protect our amazing planet. Next stop, Mars, the red planet. This dusty, rocky world has captured our imaginations for centuries. Why is it red? Because of all the iron oxide or rust on its surface. Scientists believe Mars may have once been a lot like Earth, with rivers, lakes, and maybe even life. Today we send rovers to Mars to search for clues about its past, and to see if it could one day be a second home for humans. Hold on tight, we're heading to Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. Jupiter is so big you could fit all the other planets inside it and still have room to spare. It's a gas giant, meaning it doesn't have a solid surface like Earth. And check out that giant red spot. That's a storm that's been raging for hundreds of years. Get ready for a dazzling sight because we've arrived at Saturn, the ringed wonder. Those rings are made up of billions of pieces of ice and rock, all orbiting Saturn like tiny moons. Saturn is another gas giant, and it's so light that it could float on water. Of course, you'd need a really big bathtub. Now we're off to Uranus, the tilted giant. Uranus spins on its side, which makes it pretty unique. Imagine having the sun rise in the south and set in the north. It's an ice giant with a blue-green color that comes from methane gas in its atmosphere. Uranus is also surrounded by rings, but they're much fainter than Saturn's. Hold on to your hats because we've reached Neptune, the windiest planet in our solar system. Neptune is a very cold place, and its atmosphere is filled with raging storms. It's also an ice giant like Uranus, and it has a deep blue color. Neptune is so far away that it takes 165 Earth years to orbit the Sun. And last but not least, we come to Pluto. Pluto may be small, but it's got a big heart. It's so small that it's called a dwarf planet, but it's still a fascinating world. Pluto has mountains, glaciers, and a thin atmosphere. It's a cold and distant world, but it's a reminder that our solar system is full of surprises. That was an amazing journey through our solar system. We visited scorching hot planets, freezing cold planets, and everything in between. We learned about giant storms, sparkling rings, and maybe even the possibility of alien life. Remember, there's always more to learn about the wonders of space. Keep looking up at the stars, asking questions, and never stop exploring. Who knows what incredible discoveries await us in the vast universe? Maybe one day, you'll be the one to make the next big breakthrough. Until next time, keep those brains curious and those imaginations running wild.